Tiramisu, horse meat, drinking pee? It's clear that MMA fighters don't eat like normal humans, and their out-of-the-box dietary habits might rival those of even the most indulgent junk food enthusiasts. For example, Daniel Cormier's unabashed affection for Popeye's chicken, or Khabib Nurmagomedov's sweet tooth that almost killed him. Yes, that's right. MMA fighters are foodies just like the rest of us, but here's all the wild stuff they consume. Let's kick things off with the UFC's new cash cow, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, who is notorious for his unapologetic love affair with indulgent treats such as ice cream, burgers, pizza, and the classic British comfort food, fish and chips. This dude has a voracious appetite that drives him to consume a staggering 8,000 calories a day when he's not in a fight camp. That's almost as many calories as a man-mountain like Dwayne Johnson consumes in a day, which is crazy considering Pimblett is 4 divisions below The Rock. It is what it is though. Pimblett's culinary escapades undoubtedly led him to the most delectable spots in town, and you can bet he savors every moment of his post-fight feasts. However, behind the gastronomic gusto lies a deeper story, a fierce battle with a post-fight eating disorder, which gives him a pass. But we're definitely not willing to give one UFC legend the same leverage. During his early days in the promotion, Derrick Lewis had an outrageous diet that was rich in fried chicken, juicy hamburgers, McRibs, and all the delectable greasy goodness one could imagine. And no, he wouldn't even stop during fight camps, until the Black Beast was tamed by the Super Samoan. After his devastating knockout loss to Mark Hunt, Lewis sat down and sincerely reassessed his dietary habits and promised to change his ways. In more recent times, the guy with the most knockouts in UFC history appears to have adopted a more restrained approach to his culinary indulgences. But unlike Derrick Lewis, Jorge Masvidal didn't allow his passion for fighting to interfere with a quick McDonald's fix. The Miami's street fighting veteran wasn't just known for his fighting prowess, but also for his penchant for delivering memorable catchphrases, like the infamous 3-piece and a soda, served to UFC rival Leon Edwards backstage in London in 2019. But he truly solidified his reputation as a connoisseur of fast food when he was spotted enjoying McDonald's just a week before his title rematch against Kamaru Usman at UFC 261. When a fighter's most significant bout fails to inspire a shift in their dietary habits, it's clear they're cut from the same cloth as the uncompromising Masvidal, and who really cares then? Attempting to persuade game bread is almost impossible. And good luck if you still want to go ahead despite our warning. Now, one man who ruled the MMA world was the scary Fedor Emelianenko, the heavyweight Russian giant who cleaned the clocks of the best fighters in his era. Inside the cage, he was a ruthless destroyer, but outside of it, he's still a gentle giant who loves ice cream. Yup, Fedor Emelianenko seemed to have a profound affection for ice cream that rivals his passion for championship belts and the thrill of the cage, which can be expressed with a photo taken years ago. With his year-to-year grin, he proudly displays not just one, but a couple of ice cream cones, showcasing a softer side to even the fiercest warriors. Now, Daniel Cormier's affinity for fried chicken is well known to the extent that he even starred in a commercial for his favorite restaurant to showcase his love for the savory treat by dancing around with a couple of juicy drumsticks. Imagine explaining to someone who's unfamiliar with MMA that the individual busting some serious moves in this video isn't just an ordinary Joe, but rather an Olympian and a 2-division UFC champion. Who would believe you? Nobody, because it's just as unbelievable as the possibility of Khabib Nurmagomedov fighting Tony Ferguson. When it comes to culinary escapades, Daniel Cormier's close friend Khabib Nurmagomedov had his fair share of adventures during his time in the MMA world. With a sweet tooth that could rival Willy Wonka's, Khabib found himself entangled in a desert debacle that led to the cancellation of a highly anticipated interim lightweight title fight with Tony Ferguson at UFC 209, before which the Eagle allegedly succumbed to the temptation of taking tiramisu, causing him to miss weight, land in the hospital, and almost meet the angel of death. Khabib also used to celebrate his victories with burgers and Coca-Cola with a bit of ice. Now, if Raul Ross had been the face of the Popeyes ad instead of DC, it would have seemed fitting. Why? Because firstly, he's a big fan of junk food, and secondly, the teenagers in the sweet spot where a little indulgence is forgivable and even expected. But balancing high school life with the rigorous demands of MMA training is no easy feat. especially when the healthiest option available in the school cafeteria is a classic slice of pizza. Rosas follows a routine where he attends school first and hits the gym later. This means he kicks off his day with 2 heavenly slices of pizza and some chocolate chip cookies for lunch, before hitting the mats to burn off those calories in training. Needless to say, the Mexican-American needs to add more protein and maybe add some horse meat in his diet if he wants to reach the top of the food chain. During the late 2000s and early 2010s, Alistair Overeem's gigantic muscle gains became a hot topic of discussion as fans were intrigued by how he managed to undergo such substantial physical transformation after initially competing as a 205-pound fighter. One prevailing theory at the time suggests that Overeem's significant weight gain could be attributed to his diet, which reportedly included the consumption of horse meat, and it was later confirmed by the big man himself, who further revealed that to fulfill his unusual appetite he consumed 8 meals a day, many of which were packed with various types of meat. In 2023, Overeem found out that he needed to constantly feed his body due to the presence of parasites, and that he's now working with a dietitian and taking antibodies to kill off those unwanted body beasts. Shavkat Rakhmonov is lucky enough to not have any parasites in his system. Instead, eating horse meat literally runs in his blood, and it's a savory meal that has contributed to his impressive record of 18 finishes in as many fights. One of Shavkat's great culinary loves is besbarmak, a traditional Kazakh dish renowned for its simplicity and hearty flavors, primarily consisting of broiled horse meat. In the Kazakh tradition, serving besbarmak involves a ritualistic practice where the host cuts the chunks of boiled meat and arranges them in order of the guest's importance, with the most esteemed guests receiving their portion first. So cool, isn't it? But is there someone cooler than Paulo Costa in MMA? In 2022, UFC middleweight Paulo Costa took part in a daunting raw meat-eating contest against Liver King. The competition tasked the participants with devouring a pound of raw liver, with the victor being the first to finish the entire portion. As anticipated, Liver King, real name Brian Johnson, won the contest because it's business as usual for him. However, Costa didn't disappoint either, as he gave the serial liver eater a run for his money. The world of MMA is no stranger to extreme measures when it comes to hydration, with fighters relying heavily on water to maintain peak performance. However, one Brazilian standout took things to a whole new level by drinking his own urine. Yuck! Over the years, former UFC champ Lyoto Machida and his father have gained notoriety for their unconventional practice of consuming their own urine, as they believe it holds digestive and internal cleansing benefits. While this may sound downright impulsive to many, the Machida clan swears by its efficacy, though to little avail. So there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon for more content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay hydrated.